like a cold stream in the middle of the summer, eh? All right. I love coming down here. This place down here, this little summer cottage, and yeah, being out on this bridge and being down here, this is really summer for me. It's a place that means a lot, and a place that I have been spending a lot of time. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time here during the years, and especially during the summers. So yeah, this summer has been really rainy. It's been raining a lot. And I've not been down here as much as I used to be, and of course as not as much when I was younger, but and nothing wakes you up like a cold swim, that's for sure. So the last couple of videos here on the channel has been about gear, but today I wanted to do something different. I guess you could call it maybe a bit of a real talk, or if that is even a word, but yeah, I would like to just talk about something that has been on my mind since getting back to the channel earlier this year. And I do think that maybe some of you, some fellow creators, or really just anyone else who is following this channel might recognize yourself a bit in this. Maybe. Back in 2016, that's when I really started to discover my joy and passion for making videos. I enjoyed the whole process, just from coming up with an idea and then combining it with a good song. Actually, it was a lot about the music back then for me. It would even start with a song sometimes. I just heard a good song and then I wanted to make a video to that song. Because it just felt great to be able to express your feelings. And I know it sounds weird expressing yourself and so on, but it was really like that when I got a feeling inside, and maybe a certain feeling, and combining that feeling with a video, yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun. And I just started to film some during my long travel. My big adventure and working holiday experience in 2015-16 with my GoPro camera. Just so easy and simple, with the purpose to document a bit, not too much, still being present in the moment and putting focus to enjoying the moment, but I still wanted to document some. And I already knew back then how good it would be to be able to look back at those memories in the future, and yeah, I was right, I can say now, 8 years later. And it was also around this time that I started to follow some channels on YouTube. I personally had never really been into YouTube before, and it all started with Jon Olsson's daily vlogs. And then Peter McKinnon, Matt Diavella, and some other channels that I found interesting. And I really enjoyed watching these videos back then. The kind of content from many of these videos and the channels that I mentioned, it felt like something new back then. And yeah, of course, Casey Neistat, even though I didn't watch him too much, but I guess he was kind of the pioneer for this era of YouTube. And the content was just so inspiring, uplifting, and positive. At least that was the way that I felt about it, and I guess that many others did too. Until this time I had only made some private videos from my travel, and I did enjoy just watching the other YouTube channels. But then in 2017 I started to feel inspired to try to maybe post something myself. I started to feel the urge of getting out there on adventure once again, so it was time for me to go for another working holiday experience. And I did make a couple of videos. I think you can watch them here or here. I don't even remember if it was in Swedish or English, maybe a bit of mix of both. And yeah, I did film a lot more during Australia, New Zealand, the Maldives, and I do have a lot of content that I never posted or even edited, which is a shame. Anyways, I did some videos, kind of travel content, I guess. And I didn't have a niche really, I just felt like I wanted to document, but also to spread my passion and excitement for the travels and that kind of working holiday experience that I had back then. And maybe even inspire someone to go out there themselves. And also it was something back then that I felt at the time that I was good at. So when you feel like you're good at something, it is usually also fun. Maybe I was not that good at the editing process, but at least the creative process, I felt like, yeah, I was pretty good at it, I guess. But time went by and I never really got started with the videos. For various reasons, even though the passion was still there. But then around 2019, I lost interest a bit. It just got too much of it, I guess. Much of the content out there, I felt it started to feel kind of forced in a way. Whereas in the beginning it felt like the people creating, they did it because they thought it was fun and inspiring for them too. It just felt like the people enjoyed it a bit more in the beginning. That started to feel like it was something that they had to do more than that they wanted to do. So I stopped watching. And I also started to feel some kind of pressure that I put on myself too. And that pressure stopped me from creating. It didn't feel fun anymore in a way. So yeah, I never really got started with YouTube, so I just let that go. And I let the pressure that I put on myself go as well. Because the pressure had in some way spilled over to the whole creating process. So when I picked up the camera, I kind of had some weird inner stress, and I don't know where it came from really, but I don't know, it was just not so fun anymore. It just took the spontaneous part away. So I just moved on with other interests for a few years and put my energy and effort into them. But yet still, the thought of creating in some way, it just started to come back to me again and again and again. And then at some point I thought, shouldn't I at least give this a try then? If it's just coming back to me, it must mean something, I thought. But then I had thoughts of doubt that, oh, but then I should have done this way back in time. I should have done it before. And isn't it too late now? The excitement and the feeling that I wanted to do something with the camera in kind of video, because I had been doing photography mainly for a few years, but it just started to come back to me that it was something there, something that excited me. So maybe it wasn't my time to do it back then, but maybe it is now. Yeah, I could have started in 2017 already. I could have started in 2018, 19, even 21. But maybe it wasn't my time back then. I think I better understand my why now. Why I want to do this. Just because I think it's fun. All the pressure is off. And I don't expect anything more out of this, that it will lead to something or, something. The only thing I expect is that I will actually do it. To give myself an honest chance at least. And try, so that I don't have to feel regret in the future and think to myself, why didn't I even try, if it was something I was thinking about that kept coming back to me, but I didn't give it even a shot. And that kind of regret in the future, it's one of the things that scares me the most, and something that I try to avoid in all aspects of life, really. It's something like a rule that I live by, that I don't want to regret things in the future. So I better try them now when I still have the chance. If you never try, you will never know. And the beauty is that you will always learn something from the things that you do. Even if it was not the right thing to do, you will at least have tried, and you will most likely have learned something along the way. So often I think we make it so hard for ourselves, putting up barriers where there are none, making it harder than it has to be. This video isn't perfect in any way. I could have spent more time on it, spending hours and hours trying to perfect it, because yeah, back then I think one of the things that kept me from posting the video and posting the content was that I think that many of you can relate to this, that you have a vision in your head and you want to make it perfect. So maybe if you created a video to 95-90%, instead of posting it, you could spend as much time as you spent on the first 90% or 95% on the last 5 or 10%. And that can be exhausting. And that leads to that you're pushing it in front of yourself, and then you never really finish it, you never complete it, instead of just getting it out there. And that's how you learn. I think that you will be better next time, and just to be taking action. If you just take action, if you just post, you will have accomplished more than most people, because I think that most people, they make it so hard for themselves. So if you just challenge yourself and post something that isn't maybe perfect, I think it will gain you more to do so. I think that you will learn more, and you will feel better about yourself. You will feel like you accomplished something, and yeah, you will feel proud, I think. So now I am trying to challenge myself. Create something and just put it out there. I am trying even more to take action and not to be passive, because maybe I used to be a bit too passive. And I encourage you to do the same. If there is something that you are thinking about, just do it. But yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you so much. This was just a bit of random rambling, and I'm not sure if it made sense. Maybe it was just a way for me to get my message out there, because there are many similar videos to this one out there, I know, but I just felt like I wanted to do my own version of it from my own experience. And yeah, maybe someone got something out of it, or maybe it was just me. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you kind of enjoy this kind of different video that was not so gear focused this time, but I want to make these kind of videos as well. If I get a thought or something, or I feel like there is a subject that I want to talk about, maybe I will do a talking video once in a while, because I enjoy making these videos as well. And I just like also to get in touch with like-minded people and like-minded creatives and so on, because I do think that I am not the only one who has been feeling this way. That I have been thinking about, doing something and then pushing it forward, and then the years go by, you're starting to think, is it too late? But then you decide to still give it a shot and you will try. And I do think that, looking back 5 years from now, I will be happy that I tried. It's very rare that you regret something that you tried, because what is the worst that can happen, right? It's just that you try, you find out it was not for you, and then you just let it go and do something else. But at least you tried. So then maybe that thought will stop coming back, being haunted by your dreams or so on, that won't happen then, because then you tried. So you have no regrets. But yeah, I would really appreciate a like from you guys if you enjoy the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'm getting close to 100 now. So that would be fun if that could happen. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope you will have a good rest of your day. Please take care. I see you in the next one.